Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, did Dokkan make a $1 million mistake, or are they just teasing us to even make more? Let's go ahead and discuss, and if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So for those who did not see the preview and the data download that we ended up getting last night on the JP version of the game, we knew that we're going to get an LR Bobbity, but we didn't know like what type of LR it was going to be. And surprise, surprise, it actually ended up being a standby skill with a Majin Vegeta art, which is fantastic, by the way. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I think most of us were thinking it was going to be like a Majin Buu and Bobbity, which we've already had. But they snuck in this moment where Bobbity took over the mind, or at least empowered Vegeta and became Majin Vegeta, and one of the most surprising things in the anime series, and one of my favorite moments, because it shows one, still Vegeta has a little darkness in him, and then invigorated the rivalry with Goku, but ended up doing something just vicious and horrifying, and was literally destroyed the world tournament, and maybe killing hundreds, if not maybe thousands of people in the world tournament there. It was crazy. And this is a very iconic scene, and for them to actually put art and this unit here, it's not a standalone unit, it's just a standby skill, in a free-to-play unit that's just saying, hey, here you go, 8-year anniversary, thank you for playing the game, etc, etc, hey, we appreciate it. But I tweeted this saying I would have spent a lot of money to go ahead and summon for this particular standalone LR Majin Vegeta in the World Tournament, doing this pose here. I thought it was just crazy that they provided it as a free-to-play. Again, not a standalone. So one of my favorite card arts of all time in Dokkan is the SSR card art for the LR AGL Majin Vegeta. And again, I will spend dollars on Majin Vegeta. I don't know what the stats are and how much people spend for Vegeta versus Goku, because yes, this is the Goku show, Dragon Ball typically is, but there's a ton of Vegeta fans out there, including myself. Vegeta is my favorite character in Dragon Ball because of the layers and the arcs that he's gone through, and Majin Vegeta definitely one of the most layered arcs that he's ever experienced. And having that LR card art there and not being able to see it all the time, and it's just being in a standby skill, it makes me think that they wanted to maybe get a reaction from us fans and say, would you guys spend money? Well, what's the reaction to this? And maybe in the future they end up actually dropping a standalone Majin Vegeta with a different pose but similar to this, and still make it. And I don't know how they would make it better than what I'm seeing here, right? So iconic. But let's go ahead and take a look at the unit of itself. And it's a incomplete unit because we all know that free-to-play LRs, things of that nature, generally EZA in like these anniversaries. So just know that when we're going over the data here and the details, that it's probably going to be a lot higher than what we're seeing here. So for example, the leader skill Inhuman Deeds, which is appropriate, category Ki +3, HP, attack and defense 80%. That'll probably move up to 100, 120, or even 130 for Inhuman Deeds. Probably not 130 because we already have a 130 leader for the Nappa and Vegeta. But that should increase at the EZA. The super attack, same thing. You have greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes cost damage to enemy with a medium chance of sealing. It'll probably just be like greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then causes cost damage enemy and just seals, right? The 18 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy with a medium chance of stunning. I can see that going to high chance of stunning the enemy. And the passive skill here, so the reason why I kind of like this unit as a free-to-play unit, it's going to be a support unit. Now, don't know if they're going to add Ki to this. It would be nice if they add Ki to this. But the passive skill here is Ki +3, attack and defense 120. That'll probably move up to like 130, 140 or something like that. But extreme class allies, attack and defense 20%. Would love for them to add like at least +1 or +2. And attack and defense 30% would be probably what this thing moves up to. And then a medium chance of evading enemies attack, I can see that, you know, as a high chance. And when there's a superclass enemy, and then plus an additional attack and defense when performing a super attack when there is an extreme class enemy. So you get to dodge if you're fighting a super class. You get a little bit more attack and defense when you are fighting a extreme class. So I can see that moving up to about 50% there. Now you do have the standby skill. The standby skill here, of course, you know, in reference to the Majin Vegeta. And you switch the standby skill for 5 turns and gain 1 charge per counter. Basically what the LR Spirit Bomb Z actually does. Obtained for all allies can be activated from the 4th turn from the start of the battle. We'll dive into that in a second. The Link skill here, not very good. Brutal Beatdown, Master of Magic, Majin, Resurrection Plan, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, Shattering Limit, Legendary Power. Categories also not very good. It's free to play, so you can't complain because it's free, but it only is included in 5 categories. So Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, Inhuman Deeds, and Crota Body of Mine. Maybe they add some more to it, I don't know, but again, free to play. The stats are 22,005 for HP, very high there. Attack is really low, 13.9, and then defense really high at 15.21. So all in all, again, a free-to-play unit. The stats aren't going to increase from the EZA, but the details and the passives and the super attacks may have a build-up and a boost there. So in the leader skill, of course. Now, the standby skill, which dives into this Majin Vegeta here, is very interesting. Again, very similar to your LR Spirit Bomb Z, and where you can't attack, right? So the passive skill cannot attack except for the finishing attack, and then you get a key +3, 120% defense for defense, and then defense at the same time after receiving an attack, 80% increase there when key is 12 or more, and then reduces damage received by 30% within the same turn after receiving an attack. If key is 15 or more, and then attack 150% when performing a finishing attack. So you are not supposed to take any damage while you're boosting up, and then you're gonna, you know, fire off this 150% to attack, finishing attack here. So the finishing attack is very interesting, because the finishing attack 1 is the Majin Vegeta, right? It's not the finishing attack 2. The finishing attack 2 is actually the Majin Buu. Which is kind of in the background. I don't have the animated version of the LR here, but the animated version, the egg there just kind of slowly turns into like a silhouette or like a purple shadow of Majin Buu. And then over here, the finishing attack is the Majin Vegeta, and it's going to be temporary attack +15 per charge. Counter accumulated and causes almost ultimate damage to enemy, and can be activated when the charge counter is 29 or less. If you get 30 or more, you get the Majin Buu, which is the super ultimate damage to enemy. And of course, I rather have the Majin. Now, if they have the once again, the interesting thing is they have the Majin Vegeta card art, but the finishing attack 1. It doesn't make sense there, but hey, you know what? Again, it's awesome that we have this art here. Now the Link skills change dramatically when you do standby. You go to Super Saiyan, Saiyan Pride Royal Lineage over Flash gets added on and replaces a bunch of other links. I hate this. I hate when they replace links. They really need to figure out a dynamic where they just can add links, and I think that'd be much better value and beneficial for the unit. But by the way, it does transform back after you use the finishing attack, right? So you can basically use this only one time. Categories, of course, stays the same. Again, this seems like a tease for us. And if they ended up saying, you know what, this is going to be the only unit that we do for this moment of Majin Vegeta destroying the World Tournament and all these different things here, I think that's a mistake. I think they're burning money that they could have made. Again, for me as a pay-to-play individual, I would have went all out to get at least 1 copy, maybe even more, because I'm such a Vegeta fan. So anyway, tell me what you guys think. Did Dokkan make a mistake not making this a summonable unit? I know for free-to-play players out there, you're very happy, but this unit isn't all that like menacing or all that amazing. It has this interesting dynamic, but it's going to be a good extreme class support unit. But I would have loved to see a standalone version of this, because 1, the card art looks amazing, and the moment is iconic. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.